Okay, yesterday we looked at simplifying fractions, or actually today in class we looked at simplifying fractions, and last night for homework. Today we're going to look at comparing fractions. Now, sometimes we have to determine if fractions are greater than, less than, or equal to. Okay, so here we can even see greater than, less than, or equal to. We have to look at fractions for that. Alright, so we're going to look at comparing fractions, and we're going to start with 1/4 and 1/2. Now, we have numerators are the same. When the numerators are the same, it's real easy to figure out which one is the bigger of the two fractions. Because remember, we said as the denominator gets bigger, what happens to the pieces? That's right, they get smaller. So as the denominator gets bigger, our pieces get smaller. So if I have 1/4 and I have 1/2, which of those pieces is smaller, the 1/4 or the 1/2? Well, the 1/4 are smaller, so therefore 1/4 is less than 1/2. So we don't really have to think about that. And even if we took a picture and we drew two rectangles, we here see 1/2 and we see 1/4. So we can kind of see how they work. Okay? So, sorry, I'm trying to do a couple things at one time here. So when we look at that, but sometimes it's not always that easy. Although sometimes it is. Sometimes it might be like this: 3/10 and 7/10. Now that's real easy to figure out, because in this case, my denominators are the same. And so when when my denominators are the same, that means they both have the same number of pieces. In this case, they both have 10. So then we just have to look at how many are shaded in. And we've got 3 in the first one and 7 in the second one. So which one's larger? 3/10 or 7/10? That's right, 7/10 would be larger. Okay, so when we're looking at comparing fractions with our numerator and our denominator, we can focus on those, and that's what we're going to focus on today. So let's try another one here. Let's try 2/5 and actually no, let's not try 2/5. Erase that one. Can't look at that thing. Let's try 1/4 and 1/10. Okay, so let's look at 1/4 and 1/10. I don't know where all it left off, so we'll see. We can look at that again. We look at, in this case, which ones are the same? Our numerators are the same. And when our numerators are the same, all we have to do is look at the denominators. And the bigger the denominator, the smaller the pieces. Very good. So when I look at this, I've got 4 and I've got 10. So which is going to have the smaller pieces, 4 or 10? That's right, the 10 is going to have the smaller pieces. So it would be the smaller piece. 1/4 would be greater than 1/10. Okay? So if my numerators are the same, then I have to go with the smaller denominator is going to be the bigger pieces. It's going to be the bigger pieces. Okay? Let's try another one. let's look at 7/12 and 4/12. Both of those, we look at them, the numerators are different, but the denominators are the same. So I have to look at this and I have to say, okay, well, my denominators are the same. So now I'm going to look at my numerators, and that's going to help me figure out which one is the bigger of the two. And which is bigger, 7 or 4? 7 is greater than 4. So 7/12 would be greater than 4/12. Okay? So let's try one on your own. I want you to try, I'm trying to find them here, 3/4 and 1/4. So I need you to pause the video real quick and see if you can figure out which one is going to be bigger. Okay? Okay, so we look at that. I hope you paused it and solved it. Came back, and your denominators you saw were the same. So that means you look at the numerators. And in this case, 3 is bigger than 1. So 3 is greater than 1. Okay? So let's try another one that I want you to try. Let's try 2/6 and 2/5. Okay, so pause the video again and see if you can figure out which one is going to be your larger fraction. Okay, so you should have paused it. You should have known that your numerators are the same. So this is when we have to look at the denominators. And in this case, the bigger denominator is going to be the smaller piece, right? So that means 6 is less than 5 in this case. A denominator of 6 is less than a denominator of 5. So 2/6 is less than 2/5. Okay? Tomorrow we're going to look at how we can compare fractions when our numerators and our denominators are all different. Okay, so this is just kind of the start of it. I'm going to give you one problem that I want you to solve on your own. And I want you to figure out where to go. Okay, 3/8 and 7/8. I want you to solve that one on your own and bring it back to class later. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow.